So Ian, this is the Singer.
This is the Singer, the one that blew its barrel off.
Crumbs, Ian, what you got here?
Well,
That's had a bit of previous.
it's an unfortunate tale of a veteran that we took in to sell for its elderly owner.
Yeah.
And the day before it was going to be delivered, the bike was running nicely,
Yeah.
and blew its barrel off the crankcases.
Look at the damage.
Yeah, it had been previously repaired.
Yeah, you can see some brazing there.
Yeah,
can't you?
brazing and welding.
Yeah.
It had been bored, and a liner's been
Because
put
it
in.
never had a liner.
No.
As original, would it?
So far too fragile.
So there's nothing there, is there?
It may have been built
So
with the
tiny.
thought that it was never going to be run.
Oh.
So
yeah.
it had been restored.
It's like people that put worn out tyres just
Just
because
it's got some tyre.
And
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
run,
yeah.
And then some. Yeah.
The buck stops here. When a bike does this sort of thing, we use our workshop to repair them. This is all beyond repair. So we had to find an alternative barrel, piston.
As they would say
Yeah, absolutely.
in the military.
Yeah. So the Comrod as well. It's had a really tough time.
Oh yeah, look at the back bashes.
Yeah, it fired 2 or 3 times with the bits on the floor, and yeah, it's terrible.
That's interesting, isn't it?
When people ask us if we take work on, we have to say no, because the workshop has always got one of our stock bikes in to be repaired.
Yeah.
So this sort of thing works for us to get going.
And also what you were saying about the spares.
We had a barrel of the right period, but from a BSA that fitted the crankcases.
That was lucky.
So we then had to find a matching conrod and a piston.
Yeah.
So the conrod, we're not sure, I think is BSA.
Yeah.
The piston's from a Triumph. Yeah. And a friend of mine took it all on and rebuilt the engine. Yeah. So it means, although it's not correct, it's a complete bike and working. And
it's
which
still
is
got the same crank and crankcases.
It's still got the same crankcases, salvaged, magneto, carburetor, exhaust system, grafted on, made to work. Yeah. The exhaust has got a lock nut. Yeah. So the threaded portion that it fitted to, we cut off and grafted onto the BSA barrel, so that the exhaust pipe fits the bike.
Gosh, it's interesting. Look at the metal, isn't it? Because what is this?
Beautiful metal.
What year is this?
1912.
1912.
Yeah, they're beautifully made. Look at that. So that went up and down a couple of times without the barrel on it to smash that.
Completely smashed, isn't it? Gosh, what I can't believe is it's still got one piston ring intact.
The other piston ring, which was intact, that was on the floor. So that was lying on. That was just lying on the floor.
Oh.
But unfortunately, they weren't the correct rings anyway.
Oh,
so
not
a very good fit. No.
Oh, that ring wasn't on top of that one, was it? Just to kind of pad it out.
No, I think. So well, that's all right. I don't mind that if they fit properly.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with it. That ring.
No, it's very strange.
So Ian, this is the Singer.
I've had it running, and it's running quite nicely.
Oh, super.
We'll see if it starts.
So what year is this bike?
1912.
1912. And it doesn't have a kickstart?
It's got pedals, but they pedal directly onto the crankshaft.
Oh, hard work.
So you can't use them for pedaling the bike.
Yeah, but up with the decompressor, pedal it, and then dump the decompressor, and fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Yeah. That is a proper suicide clutch.
Yeah, on off, I mean, that's often the way with these, isn't it?
The Douglases and Triumphs go over centre, so you can declutch and leave it there. Yeah. But with these, if your foot slips off and it's in gear, I mean, that's the most important thing. You don't start it back stand in gear because it's off the road without you.
Absolutely.
Which we've seen
Well, because most bikes with the pedal start, you have to be in gear because you're basically bump starting with the pedals
because you're going through the back wheel.
Absolutely. Whereas this one, because the drive is actually off the engine, you have to be in neutral.
It's more like a kickstart. It's much more like a kickstart mechanism.
So. Yeah.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, let me have a go. It looks such an easy starter. Right, where's the ignition? That's okay. So, fuel's already on. It's already been started. Let's give it a go. This is the throttle here.
So bring the pedal right back round to just about where you can kick it forwards. It's a very weird process.
It's like having the door fitted.
Yeah.
Wow. There we are.
Okay.
Sweet, isn't it?
Good.
Really sweet. Let's put it into gear.
And just snap it in.
There we go.
All right.
And neutral. There you go.
It's
That's
neutral.
so smooth, it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a nice thing. So you've got your foot brake here. Oh, that feels firm. You've got to take your foot right off the foot peg, but this is a veteran machine. It's not going to be like riding your Hayabusa. And your front brake here. On this one, I imagine you quite often you're going to be riding along like that,
Yeah.
because you're trying to do you're doing the ignition at the same time as the fuel and air. So that's your fuel lever and that's your air lever. But we're not going to rev it too much because it's only just been rebuilt and it's running in. So when you're riding this bike, you're going to be working the ignition with the fuel lever. So quite often you're going to be riding along with one hand, and so ignition is mounted on the tank instead of on the levers, which quite often is the other bike. Yeah. Right, I think that's enough of that. So it's running in.
Jolly good.
Ian,
above.
I've turned the oil and petrol off. So you know, I've turned them off. So
Oh,
you
good.
know.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, actually, that is the on position. So.
Oh.